Professor Furman, I have to say, in all of my hours in classrooms with economics professors, I don't ever remember the word wonderful being used for anything. It's called the dismal science for a reason. What is going on here?
8:30 a.m., the jobs numbers come out. I open them the second they come out. The first number I saw, 943,000 jobs. That's just a really high number. I then went and checked about 11 other numbers: the labor force participation rate, the black unemployment rate, the wage number, the number of people working part-time. Every one of those numbers improved in the month of July, all moving in the direction we want them to move.
And we have unemployment. Go ahead. Sorry. The unemployment number now, we're still in the pandemic. It's just extraordinary.
Yeah. I mean, if you had asked me a year ago, you had asked me 6 months ago, I would have thought it would take a lot longer to get to where we are now. We're definitely not all the way there. We have a lot to go. The unemployment rate right now is 5.4%. Prior to the pandemic, it was 3.5%. There's no reason we can't get back there. Hopefully, we can get a lot of the way back there by the end of this year. But after the damage the economy went through last year, it's healing more quickly than we've seen in previous recessions, many of which weren't as bad as this recession was.
And there is more fuel coming to the economy if the infrastructure package gets through the Congress in whole or in part.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think, the president says build back better, and he says build back better for a reason. If we could return the economy to exactly where it was in February 2020, that would be pretty good, but it wouldn't be good enough. That was an economy that had a lot of inequality, that had not enough opportunities for people to work, too many children not in preschool, and of course, an economy that wasn't green enough. So all of those things need to change. We don't just need to repair the damage. A lot of what's coming next is to build something better.
And of course, in the nature of infrastructure spending, it's not a one-year spending program. This kind of building goes on for many years, the building that will be authorized by the infrastructure bill. And then the economic benefits of that work go on for years after the construction itself is completed.
Yeah, that's exactly right. And it's such a great opportunity right now. A lot of this is being paid for. The president has proposed tax increases on high-income households and some rollback of the corporate rate reductions under President Trump. But also, frankly, I think we can borrow. The federal government can borrow at a 1.3% rate right now. That's actually lower than the inflation rate. And so when you're making an investment, the question is that investment going to pay off over time? Is it going to create economic growth? Is it worth the cost of that borrowing? And there's an awful lot of investments that pass that test.
Well, and another thing built into the cost of this infrastructure bill is that there haven't been infrastructure bills for several years. So if you've neglected the maintenance, if you've neglected the upkeep, of course, it's then going to be more expensive than doing regular maintenance.
Yeah, that's exactly right. I mean, again, you look at the federal debt. The federal debt doesn't include deferred maintenance. It doesn't include the cost of not investing in children, and children that, don't go to preschool, don't grow up and succeed and have the earnings that they'd otherwise have. So we have a whole lot of costs out there. And part of what this is doing is recognizing them, addressing them sooner. And that's a smarter, more cost-effective thing to do.